heading back to the moon.
We are really pumped to go do this for this entire team. It has been a lot of work. It's been a great journey.
Artemis 2, the first crewed mission of NASA's Artemis campaign, is sending 4 astronauts on a trip around the moon. Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Cook, and mission specialist Jeremy Hansen of the Canadian Space Agency.
This is an exciting time, and it is going to truly test our mettle.
I'm so grateful to those that paved the way for me to be here and for all of us to be here, and it's an honor to potentially inspire the explorers of the future.
It's the first time since 1972 that humans are going to deep space.
We are in a space race. If human beings are going to endure, we have to find another planet to live on. The moon is the first step.
Powered by NASA's new SLS, or Space Launch System heavy rocket, the Orion spacecraft launches into Earth's orbit.
That thing is 322 feet high, and 300 feet of it thereabout is all propulsion. So we're literally brute forcing our way into orbit.
After some tests, Orion will then make a roughly 4-day, 250,000-mile journey to the moon, passing by its far side. At a distance between 4,000 and 6,000 miles above the lunar surface, it is expected to be the farthest any human has ever traveled in space. Orion then returns to Earth for splashdown off the United States west coast.
The golden age of space exploration, there's so many amazing things happening, and we should be proud, all of us.
At Kennedy Space Center, I'm Michael Yoshida.
Okay, and stay here to Fox 10. We're going to be streaming the launch of Artemis 2 live on air as well. And you can also find the launch on the free Gulfstream TV app. Well, locally, the new bridge over the Intercoastal Waterway in Orange Beach is nearly complete. And AlDOT's goal is to have it open on or before Memorial Day weekend.
That would be great news. It's been under construction for about 2 years now. Hal Sherrick getting a look at the work that's left, and he's joining us live from Orange Beach.
So Hal, does it look like they'll meet that deadline?
Well, according to AlDOT, they will. That's if weather cooperates, of course, between now and then. It's actually 2 projects working together simultaneously that must finish up in order to get the bridge open when they hope it will. The bridge behind me here, and then the connector road that connects in at 161, or what we know as the Beach Express on the north end. The bridge itself is virtually finished. It just lacks some striping, decals, and other minor items done to it. Meanwhile, crews were installing guardrails along Canal Road underneath today. There will still need to be some paving and striping done along the traffic circle and roadway feeding the bridge from Canal Road. Grading, paving, and related work is underway around the traffic circle on the north end of the connector road. There are also 2 small bridges along this road. One has been finished. The second one, though, still being constructed, and this is where the most work is left to be done. Highway officials are confident, though, the bridge will open by the deadline, allowing one-way traffic on the new bridge onto the island and out on the old toll bridge by the wharf.
It moves more traffic in one direction and then moves more traffic in another direction off the island. So that accomplishes, basically when you've got big weekends like Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July, concerts and things at the wharf where there's that high volume, you want to get as many vehicles as you can onto the island as efficiently, as safely as you can, and then of course off the island as well.
The waterway bridge itself carries a price tag of $52 million, and pair that up with the cost of the connector road and then the purchase of that former toll bridge. The state has more than $140 million invested in this new traffic pattern here. Coming up at 5 o'clock, you'll hear from the business complex that may be impacted the most by this change. We'll hear from the wharf in just a little while. Reporting live in Orange Beach, Hal Sherrick, Fox 10 News.
All right, from Baldwin County to Mobile County, the grand opening for the new downtown Mobile Airport and Brookley Aeroplex has hit a little turbulence. Mobile Airport Authority Chairman and the former mayor of Mobile, Sandy Stimson, says while construction of the airport itself is still set to wrap up by late September, the one scheduled fall opening for flights to move from West Mobile to the downtown terminal is now expected for a later date due to a couple of reasons. He says the federal government's partial shutdown has left TSA unable to approve some plans. There's been delays in getting the jetways and baggage claim system to Mobile. And with more traffic expected at Brookley Aeroplex, there's a need to alleviate traffic concerns by building 2 roundabouts.
There's no soft opening for an airport. It's got to be right. And what we have the opportunity to do is that we've got to have first-class customer experience. When somebody comes in, everything has got to be right on that opening day, because they're going to be comparing it to, you know, what they experience at regional, they experience at other locales where they could fly out of. And so we've got to be at the top of our game on day one.
So when is the expected grand opening of the downtown Mobile Airport? You're going to find out what airport leaders are saying on Fox 10 News at 5.
We could soon see some extra money back in our bank accounts. A bill to remove a credit card transaction fee from sales tax calculations making its way to final passage. Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro is joining us outside the State House. Jessica, how would this work?
Well, right now, when you pay with a credit card, you do have a credit card processing fee, and anything that's covered in that would be added to your total cost, and all of that collectively would be subject to a sales and use tax. But this bill looks to change that. Now, I want you to take a look at your screen, and we'll walk through an example of how this would work. If your total is $100 and you've got a 3% credit card or swipe fee, your new total is $103. That's what's currently happening, and that $103 is subject to sales tax. However, under Senate Bill 221, they would look to make those extra $3 exempt from the sales tax. During public comment, one group raised concerns about potential hits to the state's general fund as a result of generating less sales tax by exempting credit card fees from that total.
While this has been couched as a service, you can't go into a store and buy a credit card transaction fee. Whittling away sales tax revenue decreases the opportunities to provide those services.
The question at hand is the consumer, the taxpayer. Should they be paying taxes on an additional convenience fee that is being selectively placed by the small business?
Now, this bill passed in committee today, and since it's already passed in the Senate, it'll go for passage in the House, and that will be its final passage before Governor Ivey's desk. Live at State House, Jessica Umbro, Fox 10 News.
All right, Jessica, thank you. Lawmakers have 4 working days left in the legislative session. All right, taking a live look outside. Oh, it's nice to see the sun is somewhat out. Had some sprinkles out there earlier today. It felt quite steamy.
I had some of those same sprinkles as well. I thought we were going to get a little bit more. I was worried as I was coming in from getting some breakfast, but I did not get rained on, so that's a good thing. But yeah, we've been seeing these overcast skies and these warm temperatures out there lately, Jason.
Now, some spots saw some rain today. And my experience with the sprinkles was that I turned my windshield wipers on one time.
That was it.
And that was
short for you?
Yeah, it was very
it's a little
short.
Longer for me in Baldwin.
Yeah, we had some light rain, especially in the Spanish Fort area. But now looking at it, things have changed. Most of the showers are far to the north and west. And this is where the Futurecast placed them. If you were watching us yesterday afternoon and evening, that's what the Futurecast was suggesting. And right on time, here's where we're seeing the activity. It's mostly up into Greene County, Washington County, and Clark County with our current situation here on radar. Let's take a closer look. We've got a thunderstorm on the east side of Thomasville right now, some rumbling going on there, and a couple of spotty showers here in northern Monroe County. The rain is very light in Greene County and Washington County, but we are getting some showers up past Lucedale here, and then as well we're seeing showers here near Millry and Chatham. That activity is very, very light. There's that thunderstorm on the east side of Thomasville there. It's about to move up into Marengo and also into Wilcox County, so it's about out of the area. Checking out our high-res model, it takes the rain out of the picture by this evening, so if you do have evening plans, I don't expect this to be hanging around by 8 or 9 o'clock. Most of the rain will be gone, and it does look like it's trending drier for our Thursday. It looks like a very stable situation, and we could see mostly sunny skies on Thursday. So our forecast is changing some. Winds stay up out of the southeast. Temperatures are going to be really warm. Everything looks fine for a while with the exception of the dry conditions, but we could see some rain on Easter Sunday, and we'll look at that in your long-range forecast coming up.
President Trump says the U.S. is considering leaving NATO. He made those comments with an interview with The Telegraph, a popular newspaper in the UK. The president has criticized some allies for not doing more with the war against Iran. He's also calling out resistance to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a key oil shipping route Iran has effectively shut down after U.S. and Israeli attacks. A British Prime Minister pushing back, calling NATO a single most effective military alliance that the world has ever seen. And he also says Britain will not be dragged into the war with Iran.
U.S. gas prices are up nearly 5 cents today. AAA reports regular is averaging $4.06 a gallon. However, hope that the war in Iran could end soon is giving oil markets some relief. Brent crude is hovering around $100 a barrel. That's high, but not as bad as earlier in the conflict. The U.S. benchmark was near that level this morning. President Trump says he hopes the war can end this month. Tehran says it's open to that, but also prepared to fight for months.
All right, looking at the situation on the I-10 Bayway right now, we've got a heavy flow of traffic, high volume of cars out there, and we're starting to see some delays as we look at our Eastern Shore Toyota network of cameras here, and the slowdowns are on both the eastbound and westbound approaches to the Wallace Tunnel. You can see coming over from Baldwin County, starts backing up before the Battleship, and also coming from Mobile towards Baldwin County, it starts backing up just past Broad Street. Couple of areas where we're seeing delays, and it's only 10 minutes after 4. Looks better up I-65 right now, and checking it over in Pensacola, everything looks good. We'll continue to watch the delays at the tunnel as we get closer to the 5 o'clock hour.
Well, still ahead today at 4, want to step inside of some of the most beautiful homes in Fairhope? The Eastern Shore Arts Center is bringing back its Spring Homes Tour. What makes these homes so special in a live studio interview? And then a stolen Bud Light truck leading police on a chase. Then an iconic Star Wars prop nabs more than $1 million at auction. That is in today's Take a Look at This. But first, let's take a live look outside. Still, an interesting situation with the weather out there. Still pleasant with 75 degrees and a lot of traffic with spring break going on down at the beach. We'll have more on your news and your forecasts when we come back. Spring is here. It is a perfect time to see some of the beautiful homes we have in Baldwin County. The Eastern Shore Arts Center is back with its annual Spring Homes Tour. Here to talk more about that is the director, Pat Pierce. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you,
I don't think I've ever
Lenise.
called you by your first name.
That's okay.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
So I was just asking you, this is only the second time that this tour has gone on to benefit the Arts Center, and the homes are all different.
Right.
For people who saw it the last time. So
Right.
where are we going this time?
Well, we're going in similar areas. Okay. We've got 2 houses that are on the bay, further down toward Point Clear, and then 3 that are in Fruit and Nut, basically the central area of Fairhope.
We're looking at some of those pictures now. Beautiful homes. All of this, before we get too far into the conversation, is happening next weekend.
Yes, on the April 11th is the tour from 10 to 4.
Okay, so you have plenty of opportunity. And before that, is there like a certain party?
There's a kickoff party hosted by Ann Clinton and Gareth Roberts in their barn, which is a place that they envision for friends and family to entertain. And it's a beautiful spot, another beautiful spot this year. So.
And the whole idea of this is to give people access, to some of the architecture, tying into the art that you can see at the Arts Center.
Absolutely. Obviously there's a strong connection between architecture and art, but all of these people have different kinds of houses. Some of them are older and historic, some of them are new, some of them are some of those quintessential Fairhope cottages that an architect has gone in and redone in a contemporary way. And you get to see, like we all love to do, what people have done inside that house. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We drive by and we want to say, I wonder what the house looks like on the inside.
Yeah, you drive by, you hope that they have the curtains open so you can just say, oh, look at that crown molding or whatever. It gives you ideas.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we are always looking for those.
Yeah. So recently we're coming off of the outdoor art show. That was a huge success. Different than this event, which is a fundraiser.
Right, right. This one is a fundraiser for our mission, which is 3 parts: to provide exhibitions of art, to create educational opportunities, and to do outreach.
So how can people get tickets and what are the costs?
The tickets are all available online at our website, esartcenter.org. The tickets for the tour are $50, and the cocktail kickoff party is $150 a person, but that also includes your ticket for the next day's tour as well.
Okay.
So it's a deal. It's
I think so. We're out of time, but is there anything else you want to add?
Just want to thank you for having us here today.
Of course. The Art Center is our friend here at the Foxen Studios. And really quickly, if you haven't been to the Art Center recently, if you didn't make it to the outdoor art show, quickly, what do you have going on there?
We've got First Friday Art Walk this Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. At the Art Center. So come see us.
Sounds good. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Lenise.
We'll be sure to have this interview posted for you on foxntv.com and on the Fox 10 Gulf Stream. Look for it shortly after this newscast and share it with someone you know.
All right, taking a look at downtown Mobile with our Eastern Shore Toyota camera network here. Everything is fine. We've got some blue skies off into the distance. And here's what we're tracking around the area. I want to start out with radar because there still are some areas getting some very light rain and some showers right now. The heavy downpours are pretty much over with for the afternoon. And as expected, nothing much happening across the Panhandle, South Baldwin County, pretty dry. We do have some clouds over Mobile County, but most of the rain is over with. We've got some leftover showers in Greene County. This is shrinking back near McLean, and also some showers near Leakesville. Further up, we've got a pop-up storm on the east side of Thomasville here, up near Sunny South here, and moving up into Wilcox County and Marengo County there. We also have one isolated pop-up cell here just east of Grove Hill, kind of near Watley, and moving north. And other than that, things are pretty quiet out there. We are looking at less rain, and where we saw the rain today, it's pretty interesting. Very little in Mobile. We actually did have some showers along the eastern shore today, and up near Mount Vernon, we got some decent showers. The winner was clearly George County. Look at this, where you can see the red right in through there. That's over 2.5 inches of rain west of Lucedale. We had a couple of spots with some decent downpours. Northwestern Mobile County getting some decent rain too. So that helped temporarily in those locations with the pollen, but there are a lot of areas that still have severe pollen, and I expect the pollen count to be very high for the next 3 days because we have a lot of wind and we just haven't had enough rain to get all this out of here. But we may get a little improvement on Sunday if we can get some rain in here. Unfortunately, that may be bad timing with it being Easter Sunday. The beach forecast is still pretty bad. The temperatures are comfortable on the beach, but we have a high rip current danger in the water because we've got that southeast wind and that surf height running about 3 to 5 feet in the forecast. So we're definitely looking at rough surf. Here is your futurecast for tomorrow. Isolated showers, mainly sunny actually. You can see how the rain kind of holds off. Friday, if we get a shower, rain chances are super small. Getting into Saturday, pretty much the same thing. But by Sunday, we expect to see this band of shower activity getting in the area, and that's not good. You know, Easter Sunday morning, we could have a broken line of showers, a weakening band of thunder showers moving into the area. So it is possible that we have some raindrops on Sunday, and we'll continue to watch to see if that could hang around until Monday as well. Here's the current forecast. 20% rain chance on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Highs will be in the low 80s. Lows will be in the middle 60s. We'll check your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, thank you. After the Artemis launch, keep your eyes to the sky to see spring's first full moon rising. It's going to be a full pink moon, peaking just after 9 o'clock tonight, local time. The name pays tribute to the early spring bloom of a wildflower called moss pink, but the moon isn't really pink. Instead, it will be its usual bright gray hue. A surreal day for some southern Indiana law enforcement officials when a Bud Light truck is stolen by an allegedly drunken suspect and then used to plow into pursuing deputies' vehicle. Jeremy Roth has this wild story in today's Take a Look at This.
A high-speed chase of a stolen Bud Light truck turned into a beer bust when the suspect plowed into a deputy's vehicle, ending the pursuit. According to the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Department, the beer truck was reported stolen out of Evansville, Indiana, while the suspect was allegedly drunk. Body cam video shows a deputy deploying a stop stick ahead of the boosted truck, prompting the suspect to avoid that lane and instead plow into the deputy's vehicle, bringing the chase to an end in a field. The Sheriff's Department said the suspect refused to exit the truck, so deputies fired pepper balls into the cab until he got out. He was then arrested and is now facing a slew of charges, including attempted murder. The deputy who jumped clear of the bulldozing beer truck was uninjured. His patrol unit, not so much, and he later described his close call.
When I was playing it back in my head, I thought I was a lot further away, but when I watched the video, I guess I was pretty close. I usually say like foot pursuits are the Super Bowl of policing, but chasing a stolen Bud Light truck is definitely up there.
And from the Super Bowl of policing to the holy grail of sci-fi collectibles. That's what one Star Wars fan paid over $1 million for when this original light-up C-3PO head from The Empire Strikes Back came to auction. According to Prop Store Auction House, the head is an original used in the iconic 1980 film, featuring light-up eyes and original wiring, and is believed to be the only one of its type on the collector's market. A bidder busted auction expectations of between $350 and $700 grand, shelling out over $1 million for the decapitated droid's dome. Hey, in the collectibles game, it's not who you know, it's what you own. So sometimes to get ahead, it pays to get ahead. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, speaking of Hollywood, still to come, they're rolling out the red carpet for Eddie Murphy, the major career honor he's about to receive next.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. We are to do flavor and the chestnut, one nation, under God, indivisible, and everything is justice for all.
The Fox 10 Pledge of Allegiance.
Millie Alcock takes flight in the official trailer for Supergirl on an interstellar mission of vengeance after a ruthless threat hits close to home.
The trailer is also introducing Jason Momoa. There he is as Lobo. And it features an appearance from Superman star David Corn Sweat, you know that guy?
I don't know that guy.
Okay. Along with Crypto the dog. The movie flies in the theaters June 26th. I did see the first one.
Oh, okay.
Where at the end, very end, you see Supergirl, and you remember her, right?
Yes.
From?
I'm blanking right now, but I know
Dragon?
that face. Yes. Okay, yes. House of Dragon, of course. She's a great actress.
Yeah, I liked her. I was sad when her part ended. Because,
I know.
You know, they both of them, because then they grew up, and then now you have...
But she looked so much like her older self.
She does.
They favored.
Eddie Murphy is being honored with one of Hollywood's highest awards. Netflix and the American Film Institute announcing the 51st AFI Life Achievement Award, a tribute to Eddie Murphy, and that streams May 31st.
The Emmy-winning special will be presented at a gala in Los Angeles April 18th, celebrating Murphy's decades-long career in film, television, and stand-up. I watched most of his documentary on Netflix.
Did you?
It was so good. It just really gives you an appreciation of Eddie Murphy, and I did not know this, but he doesn't do drugs, doesn't drink alcohol.
Oh, no. Yeah, no,
none of that.
Yeah, that Richard Pryor and that whole story had a big influence. So Eddie Murphy's a funny dude. And he has had some longevity in his career. So, you know, these awards don't really mean a lot to him.
Very humble guy.
He's talked about that before, but happy to see him getting the recognition.
For sure.
Next up, we're going to dive into the big breaking stories we're working on for your most local news at 5.
And then we have this.
Because we are paying for care that does not improve care for moms and babies, and a scarcity of reproductive and maternal health care drives up costs.
Having a baby comes with so much joy, but bills can start long before you bring that baby home. Next, what's driving childbirth costs up and the questions experts say to ask now to avoid any surprises.
And we are keeping an eye on the Artemis II launch. It is on that countdown. You are looking live now as it sits on the launch pad. Stay close. The news continues right after this.
Committed to you. This is Fox 10 News.
Welcome back in. We've got our crews working right now to bring you breaking news updates, follow-ups, a lot of things for Fox News at 5.
And first tonight, opening statements in the trial of Darius Lucky, the first person accused in the crime, facing a jury in the death of a 9-year-old little girl. What happened in that courtroom is coming up.
And then the Endangered Species Committee under the Trump administration making a decision that could threaten marine life in the Gulf. So we'll explain that. Plus, a street in Pensacola is being rebuilt from the ground up. A look at the progress and what this revamp means for local businesses when Fox News at 5 starts in less than half an hour from right now.
Outside right now, we are keeping an eye on traffic at the Wallace Tunnel. We'll have a full traffic update coming up. We have had some delays today on I-10 east and westbound at the tunnel. We're also tracking what's happening on our Fox 10 Gulfstream app here. This is an app that's available for smart TVs. It's a free app, and if you don't have it, you can download it very easily. Just go to the App Store and update your TV to get this on here, and then you can select what stories you want to watch. You can get your forecast anytime. There's an update with meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. We also have a segment called Next Weather, and meteorologist Matt Barentine has a very important update on the flag system and the beaches because it is our rip current season, and right now the rip current risk is very, very high. Here's a look at what's happening as we track conditions for tomorrow in Pensacola. We're going to see temperatures getting up into the mid-70s, and we just don't see any rain. We didn't get much today, and we probably won't see any for a couple of more days across the Panhandle. Winds are breezy out of the southeast too, and that's why we have concerns with rip currents at the beaches. Checking out Mobile's day planner tomorrow, temperatures will get up to the low 80s with a south wind, humidity fairly high out there, and no rain here along the coast, but the inland spots still seeing some leftover showers. Most of the rain is winding down. We've got a fading shower now into Greene County. I expect this to continue to happen, to a decreasing trend on the number of showers in the area. One thunderstorm is northeast of Grove Hill, tracking towards Lower Peachtree, and that's about it. Over the next couple of days, our rain chances are very low. They are isolated Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so we're not going to see much. Temperatures will be way above normal. There is a concern about Easter Sunday. We could see some showers. We still have a rain chance on the board for Sunday. That's the day the front comes through. It should be a weakening front, but highs in the low 70s and rain chance is at 70%. We may be dodging some rain, even if it's much needed rain Sunday. It will be a little cooler next week. That's your long range forecast here on Fox 10. Shelby?
All right, Jason, thank you. Well, the Pensacola Blue Wahoos open their season this Friday night, and fans are in for a treat with some brand new items at the concession stand. Executive Chef Travis Wilson says he gave us a sneak peek at what fans can expect at the games this season. Some of the big name items: a crawfish etouffee Uncrustable, a pork schnitzel sandwich, chorizo queso, new wraps, salads, and a black and blue burger named after the team's new identity, the Pensacola Sky Jockeys. For dessert, fans can also try new donut holes with a chocolate syrup or blueberry injection. The Wahoos will still have traditional items like the hot dogs and chicken tenders, but Chef Wilson says a lot goes into coming up with the rest of the menu.
I've been here for a long time, so I kind of know for the most part what people want, but I also want to offer what I want to offer. So it's kind of like a balance of, will this work? Will they like it? Hopefully they do, because we've built a good reputation for ourselves. So we just want to take chances, and if they don't work, we'll just switch it up and do something new, but hopefully everyone likes it.
Well, now I'm hungry. The Wahoos are going to take on the Montgomery Biscuits at home to start the 2026 season. First pitch is scheduled for 6:05.
You know, for many families, the joy of a new baby also comes with unexpected costs. And this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Chris Jackman is breaking down what's driving up the cost of childbirth and also how you can get ready for the bills that will follow.
The estimated out-of-pocket costs for most moms are $2,700 if you have insurance. If you don't have insurance, those costs go to an eye-popping $19,000, and those are just average costs.
The financial challenges facing parents having a child is something Erin McKay, Managing Director of Health Justice at the National Partnership for Women and Families, says many families are running into.
What has been the root cause of why it's going up over these past couple of years?
Nothing in the healthcare system is simple, but the two main reasons that I keep coming back to with regard to the high costs of childbirth are because we are paying for care that does not improve care for moms and babies, and a scarcity of reproductive and maternal health care drives up costs.
She says the cost can also keep climbing after the baby arrives, as some parents need follow-up and support.
So maybe you need to see a physical therapist to improve function or reduce pain, or maybe a mom is struggling with postpartum depression and is seeing a therapist or getting medication.
From a policy standpoint, McKay says one way to help could be investing in additional maternity care options, like midwives and doulas, as part of a broader care team. And for families planning ahead, she says ask questions early, confirm what your plan covers, make sure your providers are in network, and request estimates so there are fewer surprises later. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
Researchers are doing human trials on what they're calling a promising new vaccine that could prevent deadly fentanyl overdoses.
So 8 patients are being dosed this week in the Netherlands, where it's being administered in a controlled setting. It works like a flu shot by neutralizing the fentanyl and stopping it.
The goal is 1 oral dose that will provide up to 12 months of protection. Andrea Thomas lost her daughter Ashley to a pill laced with fentanyl. She says a vaccine is an important part of the fight.
We need prevention, education, enforcement, treatment, and innovation all working together. And this vaccine really gives us hope. If we can just save one life, that matters so much.
Well, fentanyl is the leading killer of Americans 18 to 45. Experts say the synthetic opioid is up to 50 times stronger than heroin and 100 times stronger than morphine.
The drug manufacturer says, unlike Narcan, this vaccine can be given well in advance. It's preventative rather than being reactive. Once approved, priority will go to first responders and the military who apparently face the risk of exposure.
Your body mass index, or BMI, often puts you in the wrong weight category. BMI has been an accepted tool used for decades to measure if a patient is underweight, normal weight, or obese. Research scheduled for presentation at the European Congress on obesity in Istanbul says otherwise. Investigators measured the body fat of more than 1,000 adults using X-rays in order to offer a more complete picture of body fat percentage. They found that BMI misclassified more than 1/3 participants as obese, but they were actually in the overweight category. 78% were classified correctly as normal weight using BMI. The team suggests doctors use other measurements like the waist to height ratio or skin fold test to better diagnose a patient's health.
This year's Women's Forum, a seat at the table, bringing women together in downtown Mobile. We'll tell you what was discussed when we come back.
Central Baldwin Middle School's Braden Hobbs is our Baldwin DMC shop.
All right, let's take a look at what's happening with the scattered showers that are still happening in the area, mainly on the north side of the forecast area. There's not a whole lot left of this. We saw a good bit of rain earlier over the western edge of the area. In fact, George County, Mississippi, getting a lot of downpours today. We had some rain up into Greene County, even Mobile County seeing a few showers. A lot of the area was dry, though, again, and most of the activity is winding down for the night. We do have a very high rip current risk for the remainder of the week, both Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, showing that high rip current risk with surf heights running above 3 feet. So we will be seeing a red flag situation most likely at the beaches. If you have the evening plans, it looks like the conditions will be pretty decent here. Temperatures in the low 70s for the early evening, then late evening will drop into the mid 60s with partly cloudy skies, and we don't expect much rain. That should be winding down. Now, in our forecast, we could see a stray shower really anytime tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday, but the rain chances are low. There's going to be strong ridging over the area. It'll be breezy, and it's going to be unseasonably warm. As we move forward towards the weekend, we might pick up a shower Saturday afternoon, but Sunday, this front moves in. It will be weakening a lot as it heads our way. The upper dynamics way up into the New England states, so we could get some showers out of it, maybe a couple of thunderstorms, and unfortunately that's not great timing. That is Easter Sunday we're talking about here. The GFS model kind of lingers and keeps some rain around on Monday too, but the European says we'll clear out, so taking the rain off the board for Monday for now. Here's a look at that forecast. Isolated showers and warm temperatures for the remainder of the week. Easter Sunday, rain chances at 70% with highs in the low 70s. It looks like we'll be partly cloudy as we head into early next week.
Partly cloudy.
Where you sit this week.
That's true. Women across South Alabama coming together today for an important conversation about progress.
Fox 10's Stephen Moody has more on the message and the women who inspired it.
The Community Foundation of South Alabama hosting its 2026 Women's Forum at the Sanger Theater in downtown Mobile Wednesday. The annual event is designed to connect women from across the region, giving them a chance to network, share ideas, and to hear from inspiring voices in business and community leadership. And that includes special guest Lucy Greer, Cheerio Goddess.
The grocery business is a male-dominating industry, really, even though most of the customers are women. So just how I've, navigated that throughout my life, and a few tips on, just how we can, keep that enthusiasm going as women in our personal lives and at work.
The theme of the day was appropriately titled A Seat at the Table. And for those women who participated today, it was important for their voices to be heard.
How many women in this room are helping people that are going through domestic violence or refugees or like people going through hard things? Like, there are a lot of women here who've got solutions for hard problems, and I think we need to listen to them a lot more.
Cheerio Goddess says events like this are more than just about networking. They're a chance to hit pause on the serious stuff at work and at home and just enjoy the company.
So much of what we do in life at home and work is serious. So being able to come together in an event like this for fun and, just contacts and friendship is, just kind of a bright light in a otherwise regular week.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
All right, on the roadways, there's a lot of cars out there. We have a high volume of travel, and we do have some delays, so let's get right to it. This is where we're seeing the problems. Coming over from Baldwin County, the entire Bayway is red right now. So you want to use the causeway if you're in Baldwin County trying to go towards Mobile. This is a big delay. Eastbound, it's not perfect, but it is better actually if you're in Mobile traveling in the direction of Baldwin County. So eastbound okay, westbound a no-go. Definitely a causeway day if you're along the eastern shore. Things look better up I-65, and in Pensacola we see no major delays. I'll have an update on what we're having with travel coming up on Fox 10 News at 5.
Yikes, Jason. A very important update to come. Hopefully that will ease up a little bit. An estimated 2 in 5 children face clothing insecurity. Up next, meet a Virginia mom on a mission to change that through the nonprofit Boxes of Basics.
I'm Jada De Laurentiis. If you're like me, you're always looking for ways.
Okay, there we have it. The Artemis II getting ready to launch in about, it said 5:24 Central Time. We're checking it all out, though. This is pretty neat because it has been quite some time, Shelby, 50 years.
Yeah, 50 years So everybody's eyes are on this mission. Of course, it is set to go off, as Lenny said, around 5:24-ish. We're going to be covering it, airing the launch live on air, and of course on our free Gulfstream TV app. So check it out. We will be watching. The eyes around the world will be watching.
Absolutely. So you know that feeling you get maybe when you get a new outfit and you like the way it looks? Well, a mother in Virginia wants every child to have that experience.
As they should. An estimated 2 out of 5 children, though, across the country suffer from clothing insecurity. It leads many to miss school, get sick, and suffer from social isolation and lower self-esteem.
Our national correspondent, Deborah Alfarone, is taking you inside a nonprofit, Boxes of Basics.
So I'm going to go grab a box.
Inside this warehouse,
I like to start with the clothes first.
Dozens of volunteers.
So I'm going to get a short sleeve shirt.
Are carefully curating the perfect gift.
You know what? He likes Marvel, right? So let's do Spider-Man. That would be perfect.
For children they'll never meet.
It fills my cup. It really does. I just get so much out of this, knowing that a child's going to unwrap these clothes and be like, wow, somebody did this for me.
This is Boxes of Basics.
It was the right thing for someone to do. And if I could help these kids, then why wouldn't I?
Sarah Tyndall started the nonprofit in 2018. Today, 1,000 volunteers have built custom care packages for more than 8,500 kids across Virginia.
Oh yeah, you got them a co-op right there by you. Yep.
Schools and shelters identify children in need, then share their sizes, favorite colors, and characters.
Ooh, and I think I see, oh, look at that. How perfect. Spider-Man, he loves Marvel.
Every box comes with 4 school outfits, 4 play outfits, a dress-up outfit. We put new shoes, new socks, new underwear. We put 2 age-appropriate books, a set of pajamas, a hygiene kit.
The clothes are donated. Some are new, some gently used. Clothing insecurity is estimated to affect 20 million children across the country. Without proper clothes, kids skip school, face bullying, and withdraw socially.
This little boy didn't want to go to school because he didn't have clothes that fit. They were worn, they were small. And after his box of basics, he started waking up 30 minutes early every day just to pick out his outfit.
To make the box even more special, volunteers hand wrap each outfit.
I think we have one more outfit after this.
Then add a little love.
This is the part I like the most, is the little love note, she calls it. I hope you like clothes and books that I enjoyed picking out for you. And I always do a smiley. That's like my signature, so is a little smiley. When you see someone smile, it brings joy.
The goal, to spread that joy far beyond Virginia.
So where does Boxes of Basics go from here? What's the dream?
The real dream is, I think Boxes of Basics could be in every community, everywhere.
Our Shelby Myers finding out what's causing the problems.
Yeah, Lenise, as we've reported, it was supposed to open this fall, but former Mobile Mayor and Airport Authority Chairman Sandy Stimpson says it could be early 2027 before the first flight takes off from Brookley Aeroplex.
The grand opening for the new downtown Mobile Airport at Brookley Aeroplex has hit a little turbulence.
I'd say it's been in the last 6 weeks that it's kind of become very obvious to the decision makers that we needed to probably start talking to the airlines and go ahead and be realistic about the opening.
Mobile Airport Authority Chairman Sandy Stimpson says while construction of the airport itself is still set to wrap up by late September, the one scheduled fall opening for flights to move from West Mobile to the downtown terminal is now expected for early 2027. Stimpson points to 2 main reasons for the delay.
The federal shutdown had some impact, and what that did was that TSA wasn't available to approve our plans.
And the jetways and baggage claim system ordered from the Netherlands are also behind schedule.
Well, you can't open it without either one of those.
There's also the timing. He says the airport is still about $20 million under budget.
There's no soft opening for an airport. It's got to be right. And what we have the opportunity to do is that we've got to have first-class customer experience. When somebody comes in, everything has got to be right on that opening day.
And Simpson says a more exact date on when the downtown airport could open could be determined during the Mobile Airport Authority's board meeting next month. The board is also still searching for a permanent replacement for airport director. We'll keep you posted on all of that. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.